around the house, and we're going to show you the final, I hope, installment of how to make moccasins. Now, what we have is I sewed up the back. Not a bad stitch at all. It came out pretty good. And I stopped, I would say that's probably about an inch. Oops, let me get you in a shot here. That's about an inch right there. And what I'm going to do is I made a mark right here. I don't know if that'll show up on the camera, but about 3/4 of an inch in. And I'll cut that, and that'll be the fold right there. That's that fold. So what I'm going to do is set up the camera, and I'll cut it with my camo scissors. You don't have to use scissors for this, of course. You can use whatever you want to cut it. I use scissors. They work really good, especially a nice sharp pair like these right here. So put the scissors in, and I eyeball it. Just like, let's get that thread out of there. I'm also going to burn the thread down a little bit and see if I can get that down to a, it's nylon, so it'll melt into a ball, of course. So I eyeball it and make sure it's straight. Just like that. A bit more, why not? Right about there. Flip her over. Let me get this other one out of the way. Flip her over. Just like this. Now this one I didn't make a mark on. I'm just going to go by guess and by gosh. Right about there. See? And then what you do, push that in, take that up, just like that. Let me show you. What you do is, see, I just cut it, push that in, push that up, and there you go. There's your little tag that'll grab your heel, that'll encompass your heel and hold it. I'll run a stitch down it like this, just like that. I'll run a stitch across there, and the world will be all good again. Then I have to install the tongue. So that'll be the next portion of this video. And I'll put it on pause. You don't have to watch me sew that. So we've got that baby all sewed up. And this is the other one. Let's put the right and left by each other. They're very, well, they're sort of similar, aren't they? Looks like the right one. I pulled a little tighter than the left one, but that's okay. Once you wear them, and everything will come out fine. So what I did is I laid out the tongue. And quite literally, I just took a piece of leather, jammed it behind the other tongue, and then I just made another one just like it. I used a scissors to cut it out, and then I poked holes in it with the awl, and I transferred the holes to that right share. See the holes? And then I punch all those, and then I'll sew it up. So let's take a look at it. I'll show you sewing it. It's not as easy as you might think, because it's hard to see. It's hard to see these holes right here as you're going across. So it can be a little difficult, but not impossible. So just do this. Now keep in mind I already have this loaded through the back of the tongue, so the tongue doesn't matter where the tongue's sitting right now. So I'll see if I can find this hole right here. There it is. And it just takes time. Just takes a little bit of time to rock it back and forth there, and then we'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. But if I want, I'll show you one more stitch. Why not? It's all in good fun, right? There it is. And then I kind of do this, cheat the first couple, and then you got to pull to tighten it. Then it gets really interesting, because then you're doing it blind. Because right now, quite literally, I can do it like this, see, and like this. But unfortunately, 2 stitches won't hold the whole thing, so I kind of gotta do it blind here. See, pull it tight, and it pulls your tongue back down in there. And I did take the scissors and trim some of this hair, but there's still some there. But we'll come back as soon as I'm done with the stitching. Done. Well, as done as they are right now. What I like to do is have my daughter wear them for a little while and see if she needs to have a lace put around. Sometimes you need laces on these. They're going to be slippers. They're not going to be regular moccasins for her to wear all over the world. But there they are. Now I like the way the shape of, this is the one I just did, the left one. Let's back up here a little bit. As compared to this, this one's a little bit bumpier. This is really smooth and nice around the front. And then in the back, I put 3 stitches in the top of this one. I only put 2 on this one. I like the 3 better. I think next time I'll do 3. 3 just looks a little better to me. But there they are. There's the bottoms, backs, the frontals, the tungles. The tongues up. They won't stay up right now. Once she wears them, the tongues will probably come down like that and start curling over. But time will tell on that. But there they are. Very simple. But boy, it makes your hands hurt. My hands are killing me. But I made them in 2 days. Usually you'll space that out over a couple days, and I'm not used to doing this sort of work. So, but this is Hat for Hap Around the House. If you like our content, subscribe. Thank you. One more shot before she starts wearing them and wrecking them. The sinew, which is what the thread is called. Let me show you. This is just a little piece. I've got to order some more. I found out that if you take and you cut off the length that you need, this stuff is super, super waxy. But you see that this is already with one piece cut off it, but it's really wide. And what you do is you take it and you split it however thickness you want. And if you cut it off, you can allow it to unravel and do what it needs to do. I did not know that. I got to the end of a little spool that I bought, and it come apart just perfect. So I think what you have to do is you have to cut a length of sinew off, and then decide the thickness of whatever thread you want. And basically for most of the thread, I would use something like that, which is maybe 1 millimeter. I'm not sure how wide this is, but about 1 millimeter, I would say, about thickness of a dime. And then you double, of course, because you're putting it through your needle. And you need quite a bit of thread. You need more thread to do this than you'd think. I just wanted to add that. This is Hat for Hap Around the House. Again, if you like our content, subscribe.